This is Masuma, and this is my third video on the series of videos called The Universe. In the previous videos, we had seen about the modern model or relativistic model of the universe. In this, we see how the universe began, what are the theories behind it. So, let's start. Third episode, how the universe began. There are two theories we will study in this episode. First is the Big Bang theory, which is universally accepted and it is true supported by the observations. And the another theory is steady state theory. It is false, but it will tell us much more about many things about the universe. So let's start. Firstly, steady state theory. Steady state theory was basically given by Herman Bondi and Thomas Gold with his colleague called Fred Hoyle. They gave this theory in 1948, the same year when the Big Bang was also proposed. They stated that in this theory the universe is finite and has no beginning and no end. But the matter formation rate, what is the matter formation rate here means? They accepted that as the galaxies move, the new galaxies form in their place. So they stated that but the matter formation rate is very less, about 1% particle per cubic kilometer per light year. It is very low in comparison of the matter that we observe today. So these are the contradictions for these theories. Now the Big Bang theories. It is basically called hot Big Bang theory because it starts with very hot and immense temperature. Now in this model, universe is started with a pinhead size, having which is infinitely dense. Second, temperature. Space-time curvature, infinite space-time curvature, and third is infinite temperature. Thus the universe began, and these are the properties of singularity of Big Bang. The singularity of how the all matters form. Let's take on this and try to study these first. But first look on evidences on this. The redshift. First evidence about the Big Bang theory is redshift. Redshift of stars. What is this redshift? What means here? Now let's take this star and it is moving in a direction and constantly it is emitting light. Particular wavelength of light, electromagnetic spectrum, which is considered as blue light, where the previous wavelength will be bigger than the present, but in this figure it is shorter, but in actually it will be bigger, and it is the previous position and now it is the current position of a star 1 second after. Just say 1 second after. So now its wavelength is increasing as it is going farther from us, and this is called the Doppler effect. Let's understand the Doppler effect by this. The blue wavelength and the red wavelength. Doppler effect states that when the body moves away, the wavelength increases, and this tells us the universe is expanding as predicted by the Big Bang theory, and also in the exact same rate. The another evidence is firstly the Big Bang theory is proposed in 1948 by two scientists named George Gamow with his student whose name is Rolfer Alpher. They proposed hot Big Bang. That they said that hot bodies radiates. As we know, hot body radiates anything or any spectrum in the electromagnetic spectrum. So, the Big Bang, when it was at the very beginning, will also produce very high radiation, and they predict that it can be currently measured as a microwave radiation. And then Andrew Penzias and Robert Wilson were testing their equipment used for the detection of microwaves in the Bell Telephone Laboratory in New Jersey. They falsely detected the microwave radiation as predicted by the Big Bang theory, and the any direction they face that machine, the sound will coming from each direction the exact same. So they falsely discovered the so-called microwave radiation, and yes, microwave radiation. And they also won the Nobel Prize in 1978 for the discovery, and they discovered it in 1968. And the second evidence is proposed by Edwin Hubble. Second one is Hubble. In 1929, Hubble published that redshift occurs. He proposed the redshift in 1929 in his paper. He explained that the expansion direction is directly proportional to the distance. It means that the galaxies that were moving away from us doesn't move in random direction, but moves in exactly away from us, which depends on its distance. When Big Bang, now question arises, when Big Bang occur, that when ocean now how matter was formed. So the answer is when Big Bang occur, after 1 second, the temperature of the universe is about 10,000 million degrees Celsius. This is about equivalent to the hydrogen bomb explosions. And at this very critical temperature, the energy became matter, and the universe contains photons, electrons, the fermions, basically called the fundamental particle of matter, and neutrinos. Neutrinos means anti-electron. And after 100 seconds, the temperature drops to about 1000 million degrees Celsius, equivalent to the temperature at the core of big stars. At this temperature, the proton and neutrons cannot escape the strong nuclear force and combine to form atomic nuclei of hydrogen and helium. One proton produces the hydrogen nuclei. What the atoms are made up of? Atoms are made up of nucleus and electron, in which electrons have and the nucleus is made up of protons and neutrons, in which electrons have negative mass, and the protons have a positive charge, and also electron and neutron have no charge. And these two are formed by quarks. And what are these quarks? The neutron is formed by 2 up quarks and 1 down quarks, while electron is a elementary particle, and between the quarks there is a glue-like substance called gluon, which sticks the quarks together, and this is neutron. And in proton it's a 2 down quark and 1 up quark, and rest are all same. And now So these quarks combine together at that very critical temperature and form the nuclei of these fundamental elements, or the most lightest elements in our universe. One proton plus one neutron. Hydrogen nuclei. One proton is ordinary hydrogen. One proton, one neutron is ordinary. One proton and one neutron is deuterium, and one proton and two neutron is tritium. It is the heaviest. And the deuterium nuclei containing water is found on comets, basically in the Kuiper's belt. Comets found in Kuiper's belt. They found Kuiper's belt. And electron with a negative mass. Electron with negative
created with free
electron with negative charge get collided as their antimatter and annihilate, and they released enormous amount of energy and light in the system and increase the latent energy, and all get converted into the matter according to E equals mc square. Now, as the temperature is lowering, the matter's formation rate is also decreasing. As the universe expanding, the matter is spreading, but at certain places there are matter much closer, and the densities of that very region is larger than the surrounding. So they collided and these are hydrogen clouds that get collided in its own gravity and form stars. Firstly they form galaxies, and then they form the stars, and this is how the star begins. This is called a Planetary Nebula, and currently there are 10 to the power 85 particles of matter in our present universe, and the dark matter and dark energy were still unknown, and they almost form the 95% of the matter in our whole universe. And the dark matter is responsible for extra gravity, and dark energy for the expansion energy. So now in next video you will see about how universe solar system formed, how earth and moon formed, what is the diameter of solar system. We'll think about these